The Oklahoma Sooners moved up in both polls. We'll discuss coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jay, the Oklahoma Sooners moved up in both the USLBM Coaches Poll and the AP Top 25. In the AP, they're up to number 7 and number 10 in the Coaches Poll, Jay.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good number here. If you look at it, Oklahoma jumping up here in the poll where we really needed to jump. The good thing is the focus. The main thing is the main thing. Just keep winning, baby. That's the only thing we care about, right? Like, John, like the focal point for us here is we just need to keep on, keeping on, keep pushing, and keep winning. So I looked at the polls. Let me find them, and I'll post them in here for us to kind of talk about for the rest of the conference, because there was some, to me, there was some quote unquote disrespect that came down the line, in my opinion. Like, I'm trying to understand how, like, for example, Auburn getting dropped out. You know, they lost a close game on the road, and then you see that Illinois is here at number 23 after getting blown out by 53 points on the road. To a conference foe, that is. Right? Illinois was rated pretty high. They were expected to be really good, and they didn't get the treatment they probably should have. I think Auburn should have probably gotten a little bit more love in this one. Same thing in the coaches poll. You didn't get that love for Auburn at all. Illinois still gets the little bit, I guess, the benefit of the doubt for some reason. But the good thing for them is I don't even think they play anybody really tough on their schedule anymore. I think this is it. It was
Auburn?
Indiana.
No, Illinois.
Illinois. I think this is it. So for them, it's like a borderline guarantee. They have like 11-1 almost.
Yeah.
And then they got USC coming to the crib next week. My apologies. They got USC and they play
They're not
Ohio
tough.
State. That's about it.
USC's not tough.
We
We know Lincoln Riley teams can't be tough. No, it's interesting. You know, you see TCU jump into the polls after beating SMU, like an unranked average SMU team that is not very good this year. So they get the benefit and they get to jump in, whereas Auburn drops out. I mean, this is not Locked On Auburn, but we'll do our guy Zach Blacker be a solid and defend Auburn there. That doesn't make any sense at all.
At all.
Yeah, Oklahoma moving up to 7 in the AP, up to 10 in the coaches poll. One coach had Oklahoma unranked, and I really hope it was Hugh Freeze, who has a vote in the coaches poll, because I love that level of pettiness.
I can appreciate levels of petty.
I don't know. I don't know if it was
person,
him,
but
I don't have his ballot in
for
front of me. I can't tell you that he had Oklahoma unranked, but I really hope it was, because that's just the best.
Yeah, like I said, I can appreciate that level of petty, but
Yeah.
I don't do the petty, but I definitely can appreciate it when it's good. That would have been a quality petty move by him.
What is college football without the pettiness, man? Like,
fair point.
Also, that video of Jaren Kanak, every time it pops up of him, Bobby Bouchang, the Auburn defender, I lose it every single time. It's the best.
It's so hilarious. And you saw his quote behind it, right? It's just so hilarious. They asked him about it. Did you see what he said?
No.
Oh, I had to send you the video, but for the uninitiated out there, we were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, white men still can't jump. And everybody just busted out laughing like, what? But I'm just in tears like, what was he thinking when he did that, John? Like, what was I know that he was thinking that the defender was going to go for his legs, because Kanak has got some pretty thick legs, so he's kind of tough to try and tackle. So I totally understood that's probably what he was anticipating, but man, come on now. That's hilarious.
Yeah. That was so crazy. Anything else that really stood out to you from this week in the polls?
Yeah, I went to go look. I usually do this every week, but I didn't get to do it yesterday. I was actually making some of the graphics and stuff. But you had, what's that, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 rankings. 7 people had Oklahoma in the top 5, and 1 person had Oklahoma as the number 1 team in the country.
Okay, well, I'm not ready to go that far.
I think it's a little much.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far.
I thought that was interesting.
I think. Listen, I think anywhere from the, I don't know, 7 to 15 range, I think is reasonable. I think you beat an Auburn team that may or may not be good. I think we're still going to find out. Now, these next few weeks for Auburn, if they lose all 4 games, I don't think it's necessarily indicative of them being a bad team. Their schedule is pretty rough the next few weeks. I just don't know exactly how good they are, but we do know Oklahoma's pretty good. Are they going to be a top 5 team? Maybe, but they still have to prove some things on the field. They got to play Texas in a few weeks, and I think that's going to be a big time test, and it's going to be one that the national conversation takes hold of and notes. We'll see what it looks like, as the season rolls along, but it's evident that they're a good team. Will they be an SEC title contending team? Will they be a college football playoff team?
Debatable.
We'll see. I mean, they just got to keep winning games, man. And I think that's really what it comes down to. And I think Sooner Nation is feeling that same way. It's like, go win games and the rest of it will take care of itself. You don't really have to worry about where you're at in the polls if you win games.
Just win, baby. That's what you got to do. Just keep the main thing.
Yeah.
Job's not done.
I saw somebody post on social media, man, it feels a lot better actually winning games 24-17 than 50-46 or whatever. I'm like, in a way, yeah. I don't know how coaches do it, man. Like, I was feeling like the palpitations, my chest was getting tight. I was like, man, do I need to go take a couple baby aspirin or something? Like, what's going on here?
I don't have a problem with lower scoring, grinded out games. Like, I don't get as stressed in those. And in the shocking manner, since Brent Venable's been here, I haven't felt the stress. We haven't been on the winning side of a lot of them, on enough of them since he's been here. But we've had enough games to where an Alabama last year, the Auburn game last year, where you find ways to win at the end, and it's like, that's good. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for.
Well, and he's developed a defense that's able to go make stops, in clutch situations. You go back to the 2022 season, and we're seeing that defense back then try to stop, Kansas State on a 3rd and 16, and you're like, dang, you can't stop Adrian Martinez from running on 3rd and 16. Crap.
Right.
That's where it started. That's where this all started, was that season when that defense allowed 30 points per game on the year. And you're just like, oh gosh, like, we did not bring Brent Venables for this. Well, through 4 games in 2025 with Michigan and Auburn on the schedule, Oklahoma's allowing just 9 points a game. And you're going to play some better offenses as you go, but you're probably looking at a defense that's going to hold teams under 20 points per game this season. And if that's the case, you're going to have a chance to win a lot of football games.
Let me ask you this though, John. How many sacks do you think we've given up this season?
I'm going to say 2.
Given up 5 total. Material's been sacked 4 times, 1 per game. And I think Michael Hawkins got sacked once. That's pretty good, because that was really not last year's story.
Nope, not at all. The offensive line is playing better. And listen, some of those are actually like, and similar to the way that they credited the sacks against Jackson Arnold, some of those are, hey, I'm tucking and running, or it's a designed run. But yeah, I mean, John Mateer's not getting sacked as much because he's getting the ball out quicker, or he's more elusive, whatever it is. But yeah, it's nice to see your offense not take a ton of losses. Got to figure out the turnovers, but you're not taking a ton of losses. Even though the run game's not great, still not taking a ton of losses.
Nope. That's what you want.
A lot to improve on, but Oklahoma's 4-0 coming out of week 4 with a bye week ahead of them. We'll continue to break down Oklahoma versus Auburn. We'll talk some SEC football this week. Who's a better team than what we expected? Who's maybe not as good as what we were expecting in the preseason? I think 4 weeks into the year, we're starting to get a good handle on who some of these teams are. We can kind of revisit some of our SEC preseason thoughts. We'll do that this week and talk through Oklahoma injuries and all kinds of things here on Locked On Sooners. So make sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to let you know when new episodes drop. Follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, on YouTube. You can follow me at John9Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, We're there. We're everywhere. He's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. Talk to you next time. Boomer.
Sooner.
It's nice to have a bye week.
Oh, we need it.